If you click the subscribe button right now, what do you stand to lose? What do you stand to lose? Click the subscribe button right now. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are coming across this channel for the first time, please do me good to click the subscribe button right now. When relocation comes to mind, there are a lot of things that people tend to want to bring along. Yeah, but on this channel today, I'm gonna be telling you about 7 important things that you need to travel with when relocating to Canada. You have all the ideas, you want to bring all your clothes, all your food stuff, all your everything, but hey, come on, take a chill pill. Watch this and find out for yourself 7 vital things to relocate with. I have taken time to cut down these 7 that are very, very important. So number 1 on my list is a valid driver's license. Very, very important. Before leaving your country, it is important that you have a valid driver's license. If you have been driving, right? That is number 1. Aside the driver's license, it's important that you get an authentication letter or a driving history. You know, that document is very, very important as well as your driver's license, your valid driver's license, right? So when you get to Canada, then you intend, to do your, to convert your driver's license to the one in Canada. So these are the steps that you take. First, you have to put in for the G1 test. The G1 test involves 40 questions, 20 for rules, 20 for the science. And you have to pass at least 16 of each. You have to pass 16 of each of these tests to be able to get your G1 license. So if you get 16 for the rules and you get 15 for the science, you cannot get your G1 license. You will have to put in again for the test. So some people put in the same day, some people go back, study some more. It takes a whole lot of reading, bro. It takes a whole lot of reading to understand and be fast with the signs and the laws, otherwise known as the rules, that guides driving in Canada. You pass that test and then you get your G1 license. It's going to be sent to you. With the G1 license, if you do not have a valid driver's license from your home country or your authentication letter, you have to wait for 8 months before you are able to put in for the G2. That 8 months is expected that you're going through the driving school in Canada. But if you do not go through the driving school, you have to wait for 12 months after acquiring your G1 for you to be able to apply for the G2. So what does the G2 entail? The G2 entails you driving in the city on your own, right? You can be able to drive in the city on your own with your G2 license. But if you have your valid driver's license and your valid driver's license from back home and your authentication letter, you can put in for the G. The G license is like the main license, which enables you to drive at any time on your own. You are eligible to drive on the highway, the expressway, the major expressways. You are able to drive on all of that with your G license. Because the G1 has some restrictions. The G2, you are only eligible to drive within the city. You're not expected to get on the highway, right? So you need your G. And once you get your G1, you need to present your valid driver's license from home and your authentication letter. That is with which you can be able to apply for your G test. And your G test is you basically driving in the city and the highway. So they have to test you for that if you're good. If not, you fail and you go back to G2. G2 is you just being eligible to drive within the city, and that's what they will test you for. Yeah, basically. So you need to come with your valid driver's license from home and your authentication letter. Very, very important. You cannot miss those 2. The second thing I have listed here that you must come to Canada with, however you're traveling, either as a student or as a worker or a visitor, if you intend to stay and work and live in Canada, you are expected to come with your credentials from, for whatever study you have, whatever credentials you have. Ensure that you relocate with them to Canada, because once you arrive Canada, there's something that they call credential evaluation and assessment. It is very, very essential for you to get a job, for you to do anything with the immigration. You have to convert your degree from back home to a recognized certificate. The process is called evaluation process, credential evaluation and assessment. It is very important. It doesn't take long to do. All you need to do is to submit your credentials to different platforms. There's WES, there's University of Toronto. There are a few other bodies who handle credential assessment. So you submit your credentials to them, and you request to your home school, wherever you must have studied, to send your transcript directly to these bodies, and then they evaluate you. Sometimes it takes about 4 to 6 weeks before they present you with your evaluated credentials. Whatever degree you have from back home, whatever skill you have that has some type of certification, ensure that you come with them along with you to Canada, because you have to evaluate your credentials here before it is recognized by anybody or the immigration. It's very, very important. And the third thing that I stated here that is very, very important for you to come along with is foodstuff. But I hear people bring all sorts of things like, why would you carry gari? Why would you pack gari from Nigeria to Canada? I mean, it's here. We know it's a little bit expensive. It's affordable at the end of the day. So there's no point packing gari and all that. Yeah, come on. But foodstuff that's advisable for you to bring is foodstuff that you need for like a period of time, before you settle, right? Just get the essential things to make your soup, like grinded egusi, grounded pepper, grounded ogbono, grounded crayfish. There's no point carrying gari. Come on, beans and rice and all that. You will find all of that here. Whatever you want to find, you'll find. It's just about bringing something that you can, use or feed on, pending when you're able to shop, for the things that are here. The fourth thing that I think is very, very essential that you come along with. This is both for guys and for ladies, right? Your clippers, your straighteners, your electric iron, whatever electrical appliances that you want to bring. If you can get the rechargeable ones, that is better, because the electrical appliances power plug, as the case may be, is different. What we use in Nigeria is type D and type G. The round one is the type D. The round one with three pins is type D. Then the rectangular ones with 3 pins is type G. That is not what they use here in Canada. If you bring clippers and hair dryers and straighteners with the usual power socket that we had back home, those are type D and type G. You cannot use it here, so it's practically useless. So the alternative is getting a rechargeable electrical appliance. That is very, very important, because the socket type that they use here is type A and type B. Do not bother yourself bringing electrical appliances with type G or type D, as the case may be. Right, very, very important. The fifth important thing is about the jackets that you bring, and it is also important that you note that there are 4 weathers in Canada. We have the spring. The spring is usually from March to May. During the spring season, the days are warmer and the nights are still cool. Then we have the summer, right? Summer is hot, like high temperature, like all through. Is really, really hot, like Nigeria. So summer is usually from June to August. In summer, it is hot normal, like Nigeria. We get all the 28 degrees, 32 degrees, and even more sometimes. After the summer weather, we have the fall. The fall is from, say, September to mid-December, right? And usually the fall is usually raining during the fall, and then at about November, early December, it begins to snow, which ushers us into the winter season. Winter season is usually from mid-December to March. You see the circle now? Yeah. And for winter, it's usually very cold, snowy and all that. So just in case you're traveling in the winter season and you're coming from Nigeria, look, don't bother about getting a jacket that fits. No matter the jacket, I don't know where you want to get that jacket from, maybe Yaba or Lagos Island, but wherever you're getting the jacket from, just be rest assured that you will not get a jacket that fits the weather, that suits the weather, that will be warm enough for the weather. So what I would advise that you do is to get like a thick hoodie. Get a thick hoodie, you can have like 2 layers or 3 layers of clothing. You can still drip, right? Still drip. Put your hoodie on, put your inner clothes, put your jacket, right? So that way you can at least cope, pending when you're able to get a proper winter jacket that's like -20, -25, that can keep you warm in all of that. Then for the other weathers, spring, summer, fall, do your normal drip, dress your typical drip, t-shirt, whatever you want to wear, because the weather is conducive at that time and not bad. So basically that's about clothing. Then number 6 item that you might want to come along with to Canada is your traditional attires. Okay, so this is it about traditional attires relocating to Canada. You will not have too many places to wear your native to. So I would advise that you come with a few. When I mean a few, I mean 2, 3, kind of a few. I used to have a lot of native attires, even the ones that I've not worn. Shout outs to OMG wears, right? Those guys, they made me pretty nice natives, but I couldn't come with them. I had to give them out, because in Canada, party no day like that. Party no day like that. So at the end of the day, you would just have to begin to dress like, they say if you are in Rome, you act like the Romans, right? So when you're here, you begin to dress like they do. You don't want to start looking like the weird guy in the room. But you only wear that to events, functions that are, Nigeria, like maybe weddings or child dedication or church or whatever. But the last but not the least, the 7th thing that I itemize that is important for you to bring to Canada: your ATM cards, your bank ATM cards from Nigeria. Because sometimes people think that, they'll stop you using their Nigerian accounts. Look, you will still need your Nigerian accounts to do some money moving back home, except you want to let go of your bank account back home. But for me, I still operate my bank account, and sometimes I still need to impute my maybe Zenith Bank or GT Bank codes to my to do certain things. So it's important to come along with your ATM cards. Of course, you're going to have your Canada account and all the things that you need, but also if you have a valid account and you still want to be active, why not come with your ATM cards? Not only your bank ATM cards, your SIM card also, your Nigeria SIM card is also important that you come along with it, because you can receive text messages, receive phone calls if you roam your number, but if not, you can receive text messages. For me, I have my Nigeria SIM in one phone that I receive, codes and text messages, so I use that to keep my SIM active. So in any time I visit Nigeria, I would of course have access to my number and not have to struggle to buy a new number. Maybe that time they don't change the procedure, you can begin stress again, BVN and all that cock and bullshit. So just save yourself the stress. Your bank ATM cards, as long as they're valid, your SIM cards, yeah, they're important. Just come along with them and keep them safe in Canada. So guys, if you enjoyed watching this video, stay tuned, click subscribe, like, comment, share, give me some feedback. I need some feedback, right? Just give me some feedback. Tell me what you think about my video, right? On this channel. That's it about the 7 important things that you need to relocate to Canada. And if you enjoyed this video, do not hesitate to share with friends. Do not hesitate to comment, like, click the subscribe button if you haven't done so. And stay with me, man. I have a lot coming up on this YouTube channel. Thank you. Gracias.